As you guys probably know, I am a classical violinist. I'm in my junior year of high school and I go to an arts conservatory style high school. I'm in the midst of going through college audition processes, college tours. I'm looking at music conservatories all over the country. And with that comes a ton of performing. And it's something that has always been hard for me because as somebody who struggles with social anxiety, it is even worse when you're playing and everyone is judging you. And I hear advice sometimes that's like, oh, no one's actually listening, they're worried about their own playing. That's not true. They're listening to you, they're judging you. I mean, if you are a musician and your peers are playing and you are competing with them, you're sure as hell gonna listen and judge and compare to the best of your ability. It's not helpful to lie to yourself and say that no one's listening to you, but it's helpful to accept that that's true and that every time you have an opportunity to show your peers how good you are or what you can do with your playing, you need to hone that and you need to do that and do it to the best of your ability so you don't shortcome your playing. Like let's say master classes at school or juries or auditions in public spaces with audiences especially. What good is it going to do for you to sit there and while you're playing overthink and just get so anxious? You're gonna play worse. I mean, it's common sense. If you feel so anxious that you can't even think straight, you're not gonna play your piece as musically, you're not gonna play it as technically, fluently. So you need to really overcome that fear, and it's not an easy thing to do. It never goes away completely. And something a mentor told me that I really took to heart is that the physical symptoms of nervousness and anxiety are very similar to that of excitement. Right? Your stomach is kind of in knots, you're kind of shaky, maybe sweaty, right? I mean, when you're super excited, like you're about to go on a huge roller coaster that you have wanted to go on for years, or you're about to meet a celebrity, or you see your crush or something, you get sort of those feelings, but they're associated with excitement rather than fear. And when I feel those things for a competition or something like that, I trick myself into saying that I'm excited. I'm excited to play, I'm excited to show them what I can do. Even though it's BS, even though I'm terrified out of my mind, just keep telling yourself over and over again, I'm excited, I have butterflies because I cannot wait to show them how I can play or how hard I've worked on this piece. And a lot of it is just positive self-talk and thinking through who you're playing for, what their intentions are. They just want to see how good you are. They just want to rate you to the best of their ability. For the most part, people are on your side. Your peers, even the people you're competing with, they're not just going to want to see you fail. Your family, your friends. And also, that telling yourself gets easier. It's more tangible to be comfortable performing if you do it as often as possible. I play for my parents all the time. Sometimes I go over to my aunt's house and I just play for her. I play in the mirror. I play for my dogs. I play for live streams. I film myself. I play for my teacher all the time. And just taking yourself into opportunities of stressful playing situations is the best way to strengthen that muscle of performance, because the more you do it, the more used to that nervous feeling you'll be, and it's never going to fully go away, but it gets to be manageable. Like for example, at my school we have playing tests in orchestra where they come up randomly. We don't get told what excerpts we're going to be playing usually. Just all of a sudden the conductor says, okay, we're going down the line, we're hearing everyone one by one. And we've been doing this since my freshman year at school, and back then I was so terrified. I mean, it was like the worst possible thing I could imagine doing. I was thinking everyone's judging me, everyone just wants to listen to how bad I sound or whatever, and I was getting so psyched out when everyone there was thinking the exact same thing about how other people view their playing. When I was so nervous, my hands were shaking, my articulation, my rhythm, my tone was not up to par with my usual playing, and I didn't demonstrate my skills properly. And that's a scary thing, but I did it over and over again. I became more confident in my abilities, and now when a playing test comes along, maybe I'm like, crap, I can't play this, but I'm gonna try my best, but I know that I just need to show my tone, I just need to show my musicality the best I can, and that's gonna sound a lot better than me being nervous and unsure of my playing. And do not look up while you are playing. It is the worst thing you can possibly do. I have looked up in competitions and have seen my competitors staring at me with the death glare, and it is so terrifying. Or looking at judges and misreading their expressions, or even if they do have a bad expression, why do you need to see that in the middle of your playing? It's not going to help. Looking at how many people are watching you is not going to help. It's going to stress you out, and then while you're in the middle of playing your piece, especially if it's memorized or something, you're filled with all these thoughts and you stumble, and that's happened to me. Recently I had a memory slip during a competition, and it's because I looked up and I saw this kid's face that was watching me, and it just freaked me out. But I learned from that, and the reality is I'm a musician and this is what I do, and for the rest of my life I'm going to be performing a lot, whether it be in ensembles or solo. I'm going to have a lot of auditions, I'm going to be in a lot of competitions. There will be situations where people hear me whether I want them to or not, and I need to get over it. So for example, right now I have a competition coming up in 2 weeks. I'm playing for everybody I can. I make sure to have regular run-throughs so I'm comfortable with my piece, and when it comes to the day of, I know I'm going to be nervous, of course, but I'm just going to have to talk myself through it, that I can do this, and that I cannot think anything negative, because it's not going to help. It helps me to take really deep breaths before playing, doing some meditation, doing some stretching, but also just building up your confidence is the most important thing. You need to tell yourself, I can do this, I have prepared for this, I am ready, and even if it's not really true, you're gonna sound like you're prepared if you play that way. If you play with confidence, you're going to exude that in your musicality, and people are going to like your playing a lot more no matter how many mess ups you do. There is nothing worse than a player that sounds unsure of themselves. David Oistrakh and Ray Chen and whatever, they mess up sometimes, but they're so confident with their playing that they can just move past it and it's not a big deal. But you can tell instantly when a player is scared. Just talk yourself through it. You're there to play music. You're doing this because you love music. Just try to get into the zone of your piece. Pretend you're running it through in your room or something. Just imagine the orchestra part along with you, whatever it is. Just get into the zone of making music. Be excited, be confident in your abilities, and you will nail your next performance. I am telling this as much to you as to myself because I am terrified, but you know, sometimes you just gotta work through that. So yeah, I have a competition in 2 weeks. I have a master class at my school with a professor from Manus coming up. Yeah, and it's a lot, and it's not gonna stop, so we might as well get used to it while we have the time. More than anything, it just comes to getting over that mental block that you have for yourself. And once you can get over that, and you can just be free with your playing, and you can express yourself, and just not think about everything and be so stressed out while you're playing, you're gonna do so much better and your preparation will show. Okay, you got this, I got this, we all got this. Next time you have a performance or a test or a competition, kick ass, show them what you can do, and make sure you are prepared so you feel ready and you feel confident. I need this advice as much as anybody else does, and I don't follow my own, so let me know if you have any tips or tricks yourself, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.